In today's video, I am going to be taking the first and arguably the most important steps in creating the ultimate gaming, sim racing, streaming and working home office. Clearly, whatever you saw in the thumbnail was worth clicking on because I don't know what I've done to this point, but I'm hoping to get this room painted, a new 8-foot acacia desk, an ergonomic office chair, floating shelves and acoustic panels have been addressed. Before we get started, my lovely but aging battle station needs to go, and thankfully to editing, I made quick work of it. It's so easy I can even bring it back. But that's a bad idea, I'll need the space to work. Bruh. Now we get started with the worst job on the planet, paint prep. Like any painting you ever do, the prep is the most important, so I removed all the electrical covers, cleaned all the areas I'd be applying painter's tape, and dove into the painful process of laying it on. Eventually I laid down some protective plastic sheets, filled some holes with drywall compound, and started the heart-wrenching process of feathering in the corners. I'm not sure if I hate this process or the taping more. Leave a comment down below, I'd like to hear your opinion. So we're only a minute into the video, but even I'm getting antsy to get moving on, so let's take a final look before we paint it. So take a good look at what it looks like right now, because this thing is about to look beautiful. So I am really glad I took my time with the prep. This is going to look epic. Just imagine a lovely desk, computer, sim rig, nano leaf, light bars, everything. This is going to be amazing. The video camera on my phone is not that great and doesn't paint a good picture, so here are some photos to show you guys what it looked like afterwards, and I really want to commemorate this moment because this looks epic. Now we are getting into the business end of the video. This is a 100% solid Birchwood butcher block that I'll be creating into a custom desk. I picked this up from your local home improvement store and somehow it fitted into the little Corolla. Not bad, eh? I was going to get the same size desk in acacia wood, but they raised the price on me and birch is awesome as well. Because I have very little to no idea what I'm doing, I landed up with mineral oil and a more expensive tung oil. After realizing there's barely any difference in the finish, your favorite search engine told me that the tung oil is the better choice as it's a drying oil and cures hard. Hence I very clumsily added it to all sides of the desk. While waiting for oil to be absorbed by wood, I went to your local office supply store and picked up this chair. This was on the lower end of the price range, but most importantly, I sat in it for 10 minutes before deciding if it was the right chair for me. For some history, I once spent a lot of money on a gaming chair and it was terrible. Not saying all gaming chairs are, but this one definitely was. I definitely feel that not everything in life needs a YouTube video, and putting together an office chair probably falls under that category, but I thought why the hell not, let's just record it. And as you can see, we got some cool action shots over here, and well, that's an office chair. We return to the desk after the oil has been absorbed. It was time to do the daunting task of attaching the legs to this marvelous piece of wood. After getting construction screws with T25 heads and the correct size drill bit, I carefully measured out where I envisioned the legs to go with the caliper, marked it and put 2 screws in to then safely mark the others and do the same. Once that was done, it was pretty easy to just finish that off and do the other side. Before I flip the desk over and show you how amazing it looks, let's install the floating shelves. Continuing with the wood theme, I picked these bad boys up from your favorite online retailer. Step 1 was to find the center point of where you want the shelf to go, as well as establishing a height. Without too much concern for accuracy at this point, I marked where one of the center holes should be with my clutch pencil, punched a drill point, and drilled the hole out with the appropriate size bit. After installing the drywall anchor, I screwed in the floating shelf mount. Using a level and masking tape, I taped down the shelf while it was completely horizontal. I then repeated the first few steps to mark, punch, and drill to make sure the shelf was installed right. A short while later, I was putting in the final screws. This particular shelf also came with 2 safety screws to not allow the shelf to slide out, so I installed them too. Now we're getting a little fancy. Using a double-coated tissue tape, I installed hexagon and square acoustic panels to absorb my Stewie Griffin voice. For the corner one, I was trying to make like a tree thing, might have failed there. And then for the ones behind the desk, I just spaced them apart a little bit and just put them up like squares. And damn, this place is looking professional right now, but we aren't done yet. Take a look. The last piece of hardware to install were these 3-piece alternating width shelves. Not quite floating as the screw holes are visible, but continuing the wood theme, these will look beautiful, holding some plants, or maybe a YouTube 100,000 subscriber silver play button. Only time will tell. So remember to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this content. I used the same process as the floating shelves from earlier in the video, and these went on without any issues. Take a look. Remember, if you guys want anything from this video, be sure to check the description. I'll try to add as much details as possible. Now that everything is in its place, let's do a little reveal. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of my dream office build. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode. Oh damn, we building a PC. Let's go.